Yeah, we are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. I believe so. I believe so. Are we live on Facebook, technicians? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Um, are we live? Can I see? Yes, we are live on Facebook, man. We are live on Facebook. And umndeni awuphelelanga. Umndeni awuphelelanga, but yes, we are live on Facebook. Yeah, Tazilo. Yeah, then what? Yeah, so what's gonna happen is they're gonna tag you on that. Then izovela automatically to your timeline, yebo. Oh, I can still do it. Let me check it from my side. Ngakhona na. Yes. I'm off. Yeah, yes, we are live. Masingi Daj, okay. Just take you, Miracle, Rebecca, Xenophil, Bongi Goes. Yes, guys, I did take you on Facebook, so you can check. Yes. Are you guys? Salinde ubabkhoza. I'm gone, my technicians. I'm gonna go to the other cam. I went to the other cam quickly. Off. Then my Igbo network, I'll just switch. Guys, let's just start. Ubonkosi uzasithola ngendlela because siyabona simlindile akafiki. Uzasithola ngendlela. Otherwise, guys, are you okay? No, if you're good, I'm also good, man. Thank you so much for for allowing me to to have you in my space and everything. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This is the New Age Business Stand episode 1. So in mostly with episode 1 and the last episode, it's always one of those most important episodes. Understand it? So anything often we launch and visually. Yeah, so these are one of the most important episodes kule season ye New Age Business Stand. So I had to make sure ukuthi ngilanda one of the best, best of the best. Yeah, because I know with you guys, we're gonna make a killing. Abantu they're gonna learn a lot, and also this platform. It doesn't mean good that we know more than anyone or who's watching now or who's listening. You understand that? It's us, discussing, talking. You understand that? Sharing and also learning from one another, and also learning to those who abazobabuke the live video, you know. And also, it's not even about go to how many people are watching at this stage. You can have that one person who's watching. It's for me. It's enough. You understand? That's enough for us. You don't need 100 people to make a change and everything. Yeah, so thank you so much, man, for being part of this. I hope we're gonna have a great one, yabo, from now till 8 o'clock, man. So we're gonna have a great session. And now Wonkosi, he's disturbing my, my agenda, because now I need him to be here in order for us to, to execute the first part. But yeah, so on the first part, because you saw on the poster there are gonna ma key points. Last was focus for today, yabo. But then the first one, it is get the journey. The journey, it's me. I want to wanting to know ukuthi umasingida ubani ubuyava your experience kule journey business, you know, because I know it was never easy. It's not easy, and there are those abafuna understand ukuthi ehle ngiyabona kunabantu abayi5 but who are those people, yabo? So that segment of the journey, it's us sharing your journey with us before we go deep into everything. So screen sami, like the first person engimbonayo masingide on my screen. So I think singaqala kuphi masingide ukuthi just tell us, share nje a bit of journey yakho. I can hear you 100%. Ngalesikhathi ufuna ukuvuka. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, true, true. Gune ekonyana ne. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you so much, Mr. Masengita, man. It's a very beautiful journey to Sharanati. And you have a great story to tell, man. Yabo, namanja awukaqedi, usa continue, usa grind, usa hustle and everything, yabo. Um, and you know the universe it works in a funny way. Checking on how we met, me and you understand? We didn't know each other. Yeah, but as well as sahlangana from day one, it was just business either way from day one. Aslangana ngiPN or kuphi it was from day one nje it was between you kuphela. Then from there till now, maslangana we talk business throughout, man. So I'm grateful mpenzi ukuthi uNkulunkulu ungayile chance ukuthi ngihlangane now and look at us now. Look at on what we're doing, you understand? So I believe with the relationship we have, me and you, we're gonna go far, my guy. We're gonna go far. Let's keep on grinding, man. Let's keep on grinding. So I'm gonna yeah, so I'm gonna jump straight to the second lady. Okay, on my screen, ngibona sis Ribs, man. Ribs, what's up? Are you good? No, man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. There are those who are watching now, because I know maybe it's not a lot of people who knows you. You know. So on this segment of the journey, can you just share with us who's Ribs and we are far. Yes, okay. Kancane Ribs, ask Ribs. Can you when you talk, can you try to be louder? Because from those who are watching the live video, ne? Try to at least get bitinyana, but yes, you can continue, man. No, from my side, I can hear you. But those who are watching a live video, baba ne challenge yani kunizwa, so make sure good maybe sondeza that mic kumlomo wakho.
All right, so yeah, after matric, I went to work at Muchachos restaurant. Um, then okay, I felt like the job was not challenging enough for me. I started selling perfumes, a small street. I rented a small shop there, selling a small street. During the process of selling my perfume, the small street, I went to rewrite my matric because I didn't do well. I went to take a short course. I applied for jobs. I got to work office space, but I felt like okay, that was not enough for me. From call center to call center. I then went. I was promoted as a call center manager. Okay, that was a big deal for me, considering that it was my first office job. Now promotion, sabo. But still, it was not enough for me. And another thing for me, it was the fact that the job was taking me away from my family, my child. And financially, it was just a promotion, but financially, I was not coping. So I decided to leave the corporate world and go back to selling, which is go back to my perfumes. Then I met this lady on Facebook, which was posting about the business I'm in, Konamanje. To be quite honest, it took me a full year to say yes to the business. I was skeptical, like most people, questioning the business. Is this real? Is this going to work? What are people are going to say? With selling and all of that. But I had to do what I had to do because my finances were not looking okay. So I had to decide. I had to know what's my why, which changed my financial situation. I finally said yes to the business, and I've been doing the business for 2 full years. I've been doing the business for 2 full years. Like, it's what's been paying my bills for 2 full years. I've not been employed this past 2 years. The business is what I've been doing full time. So basically, yeah, I'm Rebecca, the Aloe baby mom to a 7-year-old, and yeah, a network marketer, a mentor, and a business coach, which I've all learned in this business in these 2 years. I'm still learning, I'm still growing each day, but one thing for sure, I'm nowhere I used to be. So basically, that's Rebecca.
Yo, man, thank you so much, Tribs, man. Thank you so much. And I think with this panel, I'm a mistake because I know what you guys talk too much. You guys love talking business. Definitely, we're gonna make a killing. Welcome back, Mr. Koza. We can't hear you. Open the mic. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Welcome back, Mr. Koza.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry for the little delay.
No stress, my brother. No stress.
There were technical glitches.
Okay, no, I'm gonna flop. So Ribs, thank you so much for your story. That's a beautiful story, man. And definitely, I know good you are making a killing. So those who don't know, Ribs thanks a toothpasting iPhone. Yeah, so that's how business and because she makes you buy things understand, so which is with that skill only. That's crazy.
By force, by fire.
Yo, by force, by
Aggressive
fire.
marketing.
Yes, Baba. So with this segment, Mr. Kojo Kutungena, Sibiz and get the journey. The journey is where you're sharing with us in JHN business, your life with everyone who's watching and over Snati as a panel. So now I'm gonna jump straight to Mr. King himself, man. Zinofela, man, it's on you. Cause I'm gonna win on my third slide, man. So share with us the journey yako, Pinche.
What I'm Pinche Fede? Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, we can hear you. It's just that we can't see you.
Simuta mama eke kutsinga
Alright,
disturb
no
yabo, so.
Sanibona nonke.
Wait, does he know?
Hola, sis Rips, Bonkosi. Basingita.
Hi.
Hola, bafethu. And the listeners song and the viewers.
Aware.
I'm Zinofela. The real name is Tepo Pume. Yeah, I'll tell you, I can see Orange Farm. Onkhulume nangizwa?
Yes, sir.
Right. I'll tell you, Orange Farm, I'll tell you, eyiphandelayo, eherezelayo, esinovele, Chicco. I was born so way and I grew up like Orange Farm. So pusha kukhasila dala ngiyithanda ngoba iqale from endlini sithi ngisiza already nethaba ngokuthengisa amagwinya yabo. So they've been selling amagwinya since sageleza. Went to school imali amagwinya, yabona ne-profit emnandi, nami ngabona ukuthi ukusebenza kumnandi. After helping abazali bami ngamagwinya ekseni ngoba sekuyashisa emini, I would sell ice cream right opposite ne spa. And what abheka bengine-challenge ukuthi manje nase spa bathengise ice cream and nase spa i-cheap kudlule yami, but still I'd still push and make profit ngiyicede. What abheka ngithengisa what's this? Oh God, but in the ice steam ice. So that's when I started kuba nama skills ukuthi ngithengise, ngikhona ukumanage istoko sami, ngikhona ukwenza i-profit, ngibona ukuthi i-profit yenziwa kanje after what's this? Oh God, so after sengithine wonke imali yami yokustoka, imali yami yokugibela ama-taxi and everything. That's where I learned ukuthi manje ibhizinisi hamba kanje. Sathengisa kanjalo ice cream, then I got a span Pick n Pay. From Pick n Pay, that's when I learned a lot ukuthi manje ischedule abantu espanini and a whole lot of things. From there, after Pick n Pay, that's when I started to do my own things. Then ukuthengisa abo yakhona, thengisa abo egg holder, painting. I even started painting. So then ukuthengisa, I can say it's enhlizweni yami. I've been growing in everything engiyenzayo, and then so far khona manje I've left even Pick and Pay and everything, so I'm doing things on my own now. So far I think yeah, ngiyazama bafethu. Ngiyazama. I saw him fit I'm a bit nervous, angazi what's going on.
Now I'm stressing pension.
I
Let's
don't
just
I'm a bit nervous on those things.
Relax.
So far,
Act as if it's between me and you, Jam.
Hola?
Ngiyenza ngathi ukhuluma nami. Angithi remember we had a conversation.
Angazi kwenzakalani. Yeah, so then ukustarte lapho then till today ke bafethu. Ijeni yami it's so far for me has been very challenging and very interesting, yabo. Because I've been doing from one thing, from one product to another product, to even painting and even selling izinto zokusila ama-roof and all.
Yeah.
So far the journey is being very challenging and very interesting.
Yeah. No, time pinch. But when you've been grinding from day one, even from the first day I met you, you're not into, against the profit, because I remember the first time I met you, you were into giving back to the community, collecting things, covering what for OC. Then from lap we just went up, you understand? Mm-hmm. So and mangits up, I'm going to pay wow and pinch, because that's where you are, right? That's where, but thank you so much, man, for sharing.
No, not really. So kancane bijam nale ndaba yokupenda yokusiza abantwana ezikolweni and everything. Ngiqale kubeni bengihasila vele esikoleni. I was still selling esikoleni ngithengisela abo t-shirt or something. Then that's when I saw abantwana abasogolayo ngencwadi, uniform and everything. That's when I started ukuthi manje ngisiza abantwana and everything.
Yeah.
But that still it hasn't stopped, because I'm still pushing it namanje, yabo. Though I'm not pushing it as much as if visible. I think visible is the way if business is visible in a con.
No.
Yeah,
no, I hear you, Tazino. Thank you so much, Mpenji, for sharing a beautiful story with us. This segment, to those who are listening to us right now, this segment is called The Journey. Before we take it further, so you need to know what's in, like who babugele, bayaphi, what they believe in, so I'm gonna jump straight to Mr. Koza. Mr. Koza, don't mind if your picture doesn't appear, but your voice, we can hear you. We understand that. So so the most important thing is that knowledge, Mr. Koza.
Sure.
Ngahle
futhi man, ukhala kusiza.
La ukhala kusiza. Bathi kahlula imbuzi. So you can just share with us and bench like it's so we can just share that Mr. Koza. Who's Mr. Koza? What's up with you, man?
It's a lot, eh? Angazi ukuthi ngiyaqala. Yeah, mara just nje ukuba short nje. I wouldn't want to call myself an entrepreneur. Ngumuntu owenza business onikana ngento eshodayo kwi-market. So I've always believed in filling the gap nje kwi-market. It all began ngokudla nje. I think angizibizwa ngama-grade manje started selling sandwiches because there was a gap. We felt at that time mostly sandwich cheese boy, and then we felt I felt there's a gap there. I started selling my sandwiches, and then it grew from there, and then from that I started building into Zning from it.
Yeah.
And then I met a lot of people. I made friends. Ngokutshengisa. Then ngaqala iskaftin movement after matric, just to fund my university fees, because nazi sikhulele ebunzimeni bafethu. So Sandwiches helped me a lot because this captain movement was paying my fees, my tuition fees. And then also I'm an underwriter, qualified underwriter, qualified marketing manager. And then from that, ngengaqala ngalezinto lezi enikuzo manje saziqala elinyana. We started smaller nyana search engine. It was called InfoGod. Then it was shut down because of lack of knowledge, my rights and everything, and we couldn't handle lawyer fees and stuff. We were shut down, but it was a good concept. It was a search engine. I think we could have been amongst our competitors with Google. But I've been ambitious for the longest time, and then it was catering and still catering namanje, and movement and other stuff too as a business, small business advisory, which is few people know it elokishini, but a lot of people know it outside of his structure, Sil and Tuzan. So when we stream a business, we incubate, we help, we assist, and then we make sure ukuthi abantu understand our businesses about ranayo in a broader scale. So basically, our model is that we are not teaching you how to save, we are teaching you how to make money. In fact, we are helping you how to make money. We are opening your third eye for those zenzayo. And then there's Ile Cosa, which is an events venue. It's a fine dining restaurant too. So it's the long and short of it is that I'm a businessman. I'm a person of Alamakep.
No, man. Mr. Koza, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And a funny thing, I've known you for so many years, but you didn't know me at that time, You guys used to come to a skill center back in the days. I don't know if you have something going on there with your friends, but I used to know you from that time. Oyabo.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of the good days. What's your other name?
Chicco.
Exactly. So now, with that, we are in the same room. I think we're going to cafe. Like, they're talking to you. But then from Lapo, then which is not doing good now. So, this conversation or the relationship that we have together.
Yeah, hence, we started a long time ago. I mean, the reason why Skill Center is there, we are part of the group that made sure we bring something elokishini and is right. But however, Orange Farm politically influxed.
Yeah, true.
And politically controlled, which is why Nomi ANC campaign, they know they have 100%.
Yeah, true.
My votes. So I think there I saw you because you would come a lot of times there, Pan.
Yeah.
So what we were running there, it's the very same thing in Chelanga Manj. It was more of an incubation. So the people who were running internet cafe, they were training computer skills. Yeah, it's people that we were incubating. So we were people within the same business, Nabo James, Nabo's fee. So making sure that people run their businesses in a proper Lentuzana system. So we've been trying to put emphasis, Yoguchi, the difference between us and Ngamla is that in Gamla they follow protocol and then they follow all the right channels prior to them running the actual business.
Yeah, true. No, thank you so much, Mr. Koza. Thank you so much. Because of time, we're gonna jump to the second segment. Because we are here to learn, you understand, we're here to share. It's a discussion. But the second segment is that, because now we're having a lot of businesses, you understand, and a lot of businesses also IFA, you get the point. So now I just want to know what's the approach your business yakudala and the approach your business yamanje, like affects kuphi amabhizinisi wano and also what benefits ngayiphi indlela, because the approach is no longer the same now, you understand, because now we have social media, you understand, Now, in the population, say by word of mouth might spread via fast. You get the point. So definitely the approach it's not the same. You can't have Amapin's approach in 1972 now at this given time. You understand? So I just want to know from you guys, since Mr. Masingita from your side, like a difference approach. Approaches now no regarding businesses. Yaktala na no. You understand? Can you just give us some thoughts on that? Mr. Masingita?
Waqala ngam Chicco. Waqala ngam hawu bengifuna ukukopa nami. No, yeah, I think I think the business approach has changed, compared to how we've been doing business in the past. And I think, like you've also mentioned, by social media. So back in the days, bekumele uvuke ukokode door to door and start selling, which I still feel that has power, because more people, they are still successful today because of that door to door. In terms of ukokode usho ukuthi uyathengisa. Whether you're doing it esikolweni, whether you're doing it to those big corporates, door to door, it's still, for me, the best way. I think it is it's old fashioned, but which is still applicable now. Because remember, nowadays there's a lot of scammers out there. In a sense, umuntu can say umasingita, then you do the deals, over the phone or on via my emails. But I think it's always good to see the actual person. And I think our approaches, awakdala, nawamanje, somehow they link together, because I feel that in order for us to understand, or in order for someone to trust you enough, you need to be visible yourself. For example, if you are selling, people need to see who is selling. You understand? Yes, we've got social media and stuff, but if you want your product to be out there, you need to be visible enough. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm approach work dala. Somehow they are connecting with today's world to make it possible. And unfortunately, we can't be relying rather on social media all the time, or sitting there and then just wait things to happen for yourself. But instead, you need to be out there for your product. If you think a little bundle you need to go there and show people and explain to them how it works. If you're selling bags, if you're selling whatever, if you think this company or if you think ipende yakho yokuvala ama-roofing, you need to show people, because somehow you need to be there visible with display. So I think for me, as much as people might say it's old-fashioned, there's social media, but that old-fashioned way, it has a big advantage in making sure that your business becomes successful, because people want to see you. People want to see that confidence in your product. If you have a product, people want to understand more about what type of a business that you are running. So I think the approach, I mean, somehow the old way of doing business and today's ways of doing business, they do link together, and they make it a successful business at the end. So it's all about making sure that we're connecting the dots from the old and the new, so that then we can have a successful business.
True. Then I'm gonna jump straight to you, Ribs. What are
Can
your
I
thoughts?
continue, Chicco?
Or if I
can continue until 8 o'clock.
Don't do that, man.
Chicco?
No, you can't continue. You can't.
You are muted.
So
Yeah, okay. Cause now what's the funny thing? Cause bengfuna like my mic be open, go be discussion. You understand? But then now
okay.
because of my echo and everything, it becomes a promise blow my go to song. Maukulu.
As much as the social media, it is effective, Konamanje, but now you have to give that personal touch. So for me, now the new way of doing the business and the old way of doing the business, I still use both of them, honestly, because there are times I go out to Taxi Renki, to the malls, put my stock there and sell. There are times I use social media, advertise on TikTok, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook to promote my business. So I use both of them, because I feel good the new approach and the old approach, when you're using both of them, they work effectively, rather than if you focus on just one of them,
No, okay, true.
ilentuzana ama-businesses wakudala, to be quite honest, successful more than our minds, which is why still the markets are being dominated by businesses that have been established in our 1970. We have your Standard Banks, we have your KFCs, we have your McDonald's. Even today, akakabi nomuntu okwazi ukukompyutha nawo lama businesses. And the reason for that is because they had a model business. And when you work on a model system, you have two things that are going to drive your business, even if awukho, and they will make sure that your business stays within its lane. And I'll run all over. But now the issue now is that yes, ambition is good, but we are too ambitious. Secondly, we are in a hurry. Thirdly, we are competing. Yes, a business has to have a competition, but however, if you are doing it on personal scale where you are competing personally, it it, it,
Yeah.
it gives a problem to even do that. So I'm not sure how we can mitigate this issue or fix this issue. Sizilungise as personal, individually sizilungise, because the issue starts with you having a business, but individually, awukho in the right position, right thinking capacity, awukho right now emotionally, and you have a problem whenever someone starts something disturb. So I think we should concentrate on that more than using that. And that's what we should learn from our businesses wakudala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have those shops ezikudala zikhona, township to township, find sekuneyitoro endaweni so yabona. And that was ran kahle before abobaba nabomkhulu labo bashona. And now that ziranwa yithi basishila abomkhulu, asazirani kahle because we put ourselves before the business.
Now, and also, man,
Yeah.
Mr. Koza, adding on what you're saying, there's this guy about Uvusu Tenjogwa. He once said we used to have a lot of tech shops back in the days, a lot and a lot. Like every household building a tech shop, what thing is, and they were surviving with that. You know, it was before those shop rides, comments, whatever. You understand? It was a tech shop, like you understand. Then tech shop died. You understand? Then these big companies came through. You know, so will you say, Guti, was it the unity of those entrepreneurs abahlanganyele, then they come up with bigger and better ideas, or to us as usho ukuthi we failed, you know, to continue the legacy ama tech shops ebeshela umathama wethu.
To be honest with you, patience and consistency is very important when it comes to business. Ungathuswa into eqala eceleni, yabo, because sinaleyo nkinga leyo, we don't prepare. That's why we behave njengabantu abashocked. Yabona, even if imali ifika, you behave njengomuntu shocked. Even if ibhizinisi lakho liba nabantu abayi-50 kusasa, ama-customers angena, you behave njengomuntu shocked, as if you are not expecting customers. You understand? And every day we are marketing business lakho bese masingena siyi-50 bese uthi hayi indaba sijwayele kunabantu abayi-10, we can't handle this capacity. As if bonga-expectanga abantu abazongena. So here's the difference. The reason why these tech shops, because when I kept on asking abantu abadala from, because we wanted to find out what's this thing eyenza ama-tech shops ukuthi aphumelele. It was that these people, they were concentrated on their business models, and their business models is that you knew ukuthi mawuhlala eSoweto mawuya eMageta mawufika kule emashop waseMageta, you know ukuthi kunobani wamagwinya, and then isitoro lesiya specialize ngani i-archer yalapha yana uzoyazi uzoyithola waya. And then they would add on i-archer and they'll start selling impuphu, they'll start selling another thing, they'll start selling another thing. Tina, we want to go on a full-blown scale. Ingathi ShopRite sesiyafika nje past thengisa yonke into. So you need to have something owazi ukuthi specialize ngayo, and then let it work be consistent in that, and that once it are established, then you can add on other services. So we are too idealistic and we are too ambitious in wanting to be known with intelligent, and that is not selling. Yeah,
Exactly.
we can't sell intelligence. We need to sell the actual product and the system. So akwazi ukuthi namhlanje uthengisa i-acha mase kudume ilentuzana amagwinya so uthengisa amagwinya makuduma in uthengisa in. Can you imagine how many things have you neglected to follow izinto? And these people abastata izinto, you must know ukuthi once you follow someone's trend, you are going to be penalized when you follow it because he has a supplier or cheap. And every time when it changes, you need to follow. And as you follow, you are being penalized in costs.
True.
For an example, if manje ngaqala business lokuthengisa isibindi, ngiyaqala because ngiyazi ukuthi ubani supplier yami. So when amawubona kugcwala la and then uqala uthengisa isibindi, the problem is that you'll have to follow into engiyenzayo. Even if you are integrator, but it will affect you because I've got a supplier cheap. I can play around with prices and profit margins. You can't play around that. You need to do it ngendlela mina engiyenza ngayo, and then it becomes expensive for you because you're following. Instead of following, also we need to teach abanye abantu ukuthi not everyone should be a business person. Yes, motivation and everything. Some motivatana. No, start your own thing. Believe in yourself. Yes, it's good. My life coach has tell yes, it's good, but let's also believe in workforce. Let's convince abantu qualified to come and be our employees as an accountant. Omunye simbize mayiceda ukuphuma nje varsity or varsity, be my PR manager, run this company for me. Lana, I have an idea. Let's learn to sell each other my ideas, and I want to smart touch about my employees instead of us saying, "Hey, let's believe in ourselves." In yes, I by a motivator, but who should listen to that? Is it an entrepreneur or everybody? So we need to find out
kwenzakalani. Mr. Zino, because ngiyabona inetwork yakho ukuthi on and off ne, so segment esikuyo now it's ama approach of the new business na business labakudala ukuthi approach, you understand, ngokuwe, like how do you see approach yakudala buyibona ispana or approach no yaspana, like what's your take on it? Open the mic, Mr. Zino.
Sure. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can.
You can hear me. Okay, ngithi project dala bespana. I don't think fanele siyeke ngoba abantu bebaphusha kakhulu. Abantu bebaphusha na without social media. Abantu bebaphusha, they were on the ground, bebaphusha bangadependi only ku social media. Bebangajuthwa ama likes amaningi and everything. Umuntu bekayibona into ayenza, yabona? So manje i-social media iyasiza vele, yes, iyasiza ukuthi uthole imarket eningi and everything, but sometimes nofika kuwe ukuthi maybe wena awukho prepared enough, ngithola njani? Awukho prepared enough, uma ifika kuwe it becomes overwhelming, or sometimes unokubona ngathi wena uphusha sharp kanti awuphushi sharp.
Yeah,
so it's very important ukuthi manje on a ground level without social media still push.
True, does you know. So
ngiyakuthola
ngiyakuthola big time. Ribs. Ulele Ribs. Siyasebenza thimulele. So I know with you it's gonna differ because of age, you understand, because of Mr. Koza. They've been there, almost Singita, Buzino. I think me and you are the youngest on the panel, you understand? So I don't know to figure something makula wena or figure during this past time. Because
Spazas we're good as gone. We're good as gone.
More figure,
yeah.
So, but judging on, because I know even if you figure after Sugnama, you know, it's Paza says fade again, but you had a bit of a taste, Paza, and the Bobon, and you can say, example,
yeah,
during the Magi xenophobic, you understand, over as we go for Makula and everything, then bayavala, we get to struggle to stolen the you know, same as a tech shop as besirela kuwo as black people to buy eggs, whatever into besifuna ukuspa, you understand? So now ukafika to a point where we no longer have those. We no longer have those. So what's your take on that? Yabo? So is it the new approach, does it work for you? Or liyakudala bebona nje grand pinch?
Mina, in honest fact, like I think using both approaches works effectively, honestly. As a business person, I believe you can use the old approach and use the new approach, use them together. Because the old approach, it still works. I use it myself. You're door to doors, you're going to the taxi rank selling, you're going to the mall selling. I use it a lot. I also use social media a lot. And in honest fact, though choosing sebenzela kahle. So I could say, as a business person, you shouldn't just stick to using one approach. Use both approach. They work effectively together. So for my side, using both nje works for me.
It works. It works. Jumping on our third segment, and I said, yes, we still prefer those maybe approach yakdala, but then now social media is playing a big role in my business. So much, you understand? So how can we capitalize on social media? Because I know that there are other businesses as fun like social media straight, you know, in order for you to make those sales, understand? And also you need to social media is a good thing. So we can sell someone from Cape Town now. We can sell someone from Soweto and through social media, understand? So Mr. Koza, how singa capitalize kanjani ku social singasebenzeli for into wrong, but we capitalize kanjani ku social media?
Prior to even starting to use the social media, we need to understand what the social media is because if you are not ilentuzan customer, you are the product with social media. And if you look at it this way, we've been products for some time and we're thinking which we are the actual users is lentuzana.
Yeah.
So in social media, how we can capitalize, we must understand which when you are in social media, you need to sell certainty, meaning that you need to first have a group of people that you are certain with. When you are selling a product, you are selling to this number of people. So we need to start letting our businesses this direct to Ziyap. In as much as we have a plan for our businesses, but once you start, let the business tell you where it wants to go, so that you understand with more social media and you start your PR campaign or whatever. We kalela ngasentweni which you understand with now. I've introduced my business to people. Now, how do people respond or receive me? And then once they receive you, then you know this is what they want. Because at the end of the day, mongena with social media, you are using it as a barometer or a scale. In fact, you are breaching your market researcher, and now you are letting people and platform to be your market researcher. So it is important with Masi Sevens is social media. Also, we don't detach ourselves from the actual product that you are selling and the business model that you want to have. So when Maukala, for an example, in simple terms, if you're starting a restaurant or you are selling products, so you need to establish do I want to be a product distributor or a product manufacturer? So these are the two things you need to ask yourself. And in those questions, you'll then find answers as a driver, which when you get into social media space, you get into it as a product manufacturer. But if you are a distributor, make sure that everyone understands Gucci. They cannot get their products distributed which we distribute. And how do you do that? You make sure you pull in a lot of people so that whenever you speak to someone on a product, distributed, Abe certain which you have numbers. You understand? So it's all about owning numbers. So it's data every day. You own numbers. Once you own numbers, then you have a platform where you can sell certainty. You're selling surety. You are saying to this person, I was distributing abanye abantu because I, as Rebecca, nina bantu that believe and trust in everything that I distribute.
Yes.
You understand? Then you do that, which is why we have Abu Unilever, we have Abu Tiger Brands. You understand? So our Tiger brands, they've made it a point to Gucci, apart from social media or anything, they've made it a point to Gucci. We are the people that have people that want to sell your product through us. So if Alpani wants to make bread, yes, Alpani, we know you make good bread, but you can't sell it ngaphandle kokuthi undlule Tiger brands. That's why they now own these things. They are an umbrella for these things because they understood the art yokudonsa abantu qala before the actual product.
No, true. Mr. Masingita. How social?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I became fit. I uqedile mfethu. Yeah, I think. Yeah, became uqedile. Yeah, I think. Yeah, look, I think he's touched the most important part. But I think through social media, I think we just need to understand first, Uguti, what is social media, like you said, and understand. So it's a platform that we use, to promote our businesses. If you are, depending as to what type of business that you are into. And I think for me, I think one thing that I've noticed about the social media, the way it's so powerful, it can either, break you or make you. You understand? And that is very important. And remember, again, it's all about you individual as a brand. You understand? If you push a ila cosa, if you push a izino refuing, if you push a rips and marketing, it's all about you. And remember, you don't have to mess around about your brand. So that's why then it's very important that if you are on social media, you manage yourself very carefully because it can either break you or it can either make you. So I think for me it's all about advertising every day. And like what OPK said, invest on data. Understand? I think when we started this conversation, Uzino was asking, guys, how much data am I gonna use? Because we are doing this. But what I'm trying to say is, as business people, we just need to try and understand that we invest on data, understand as much as we can. If it comes to push that, we have 1,000 gig a month that will assist you in terms of promoting your business on social media, on all the social media spaces. Do that. You understand? Like, for example, don't give up. And one thing that I've noticed, whenever I advertise and every day that I put in my product out there, I get one client. And for me, that's what warms my heart. You understand? So, and like what Zino said, abanye abantu basebenzela ama-likes. I don't want likes. I want money, guys. What you are like, I want you to order. I like that sporty guy, Omusito. That guy would force you to buy his sport. You understand? To a point, ukuthi umuntu onganasport kwakhe is an, I understand whatsoever. So that's how you uthola abantu ngakhona. So what I'm trying to say is that you advertise, and when people are buying your stuff, you also thank those people who have supported you. And that's where the problem as people that we miss as well. Because you know what? If UPK or if Rips buy my product and then thank that person, and then by thanking them and putting her out there, or putting him out there, putting your client out there to say, you know what, thank you for your support. People can see that, man, this person, you know what, he's pushing. And about to they get attracted by small things. If they see that this person, you know what, has got ambition, is pushing, it doesn't give up, then they continue, supporting you. The same thing that we're doing now. We're starting these conversations. If we continue with it, we end up getting a lot of viewership. Then we go somewhere. So it same applies with business. We don't have to just give up with one disappointment, or if we didn't achieve ourselves today, then we end up saying, you know what, it's over, and then that's no. As business people, we need to understand that we capitalize on social media. We invest on data, because there's WhatsApp calls, there's everything it has to do with data. So we just need to make sure that we invest on data.
Yeah, true. Ribs.
Thank you, Put.
Ribs.
Yes.
Chicco.
Just to add a bit on what he said. Social media can definitely make or break you. Social media is the biggest platform. So, and I always say, Guti, as a business person or an entrepreneur, you must know, Guti, when as yourself, it doesn't matter what product are you selling or what kind of business you're doing. But the minute you are a business person, you are a brand yourself. How you carry yourself on social media is very important. As a business person selling whatever or offering whatever services, there are things that you cannot post on social media, honestly. Or you brand yourself. There are people who look up to you, there are people who follow you, there are people who like you as you. When it comes to social media, what I've realized since I've been doing this business, people buy you before they buy your products. People buy you before they buy your services. People fall in love with Rebecca before what Rebecca is selling. So how you carry yourself on social media is very crucial. And also to add on the fact of being consistent. Consistency is what kills a lot of people when they're starting their businesses. A person expects to go to Uzo poster this week. The coming week they are expecting huge sales. It's consistency. You have to be consistent. I always make example about the Coca-Cola. They were like in the business for 2 or 3 years before they made it big. When now why do you think Uguti posting a week, next week you are supposed to be the big thing? And another thing is being consistent about posting. You cannot post your business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you are quiet. We are Buya Futi Sunday. Who's supposed to buy from that shop? Like, who's supposed to buy from that shop? You're supposed to show up every day intentionally. So don't just show up. Show up every day. You know, me now always say, Guti, even people who don't know me personally, Guti, who's Rebecca, they just know me on social media. People like they don't even know my name, but because I show up every day, people must know you as a brand. You cannot show up this week, next week you don't show up. Business does not work like that. Every day there must be something on your status, on your Facebook, on your Instagram about your business. And another thing, as much as you must be consistent about your business, also do not forget to give people the touch of who you are. Yes, we are in a business of selling. We are marketing so that we get sales. But don't forget to offer people who look at, oh, Rebecca, apart from business, who's Rebecca? Mina on my side, they know Rebecca is a businesswoman. Rebecca is a network marketer, but Rebecca is also a mother. Make people fall in love with who you are. People relate to small things, you know. Mina line of business I sell products. I assist people start their side hustles through the business I'm doing. So me showing Uguti, okay, I'm a business person, but I'm also a mother. Behind my hustle, Indian motivator is my son. Someone else can relate to that. Uguti, damn. Yeah, I'm sitting there. Minumtanami is suffering, doesn't even have 1, 2, 3. But here's this woman going out there to the taxi rank to sell because she wants to provide for her child. So do not forget to give people who you are. Like you are Rebecca, yes, the forever businesswoman. But apart from business, who you are as well. Are you a mother? You are a father? Or mhlambe, just show people who you are. And consistency. And I will add on investing on data. You cannot run a business and not invest in your data. I always tell my team when I mentor or coach them, Oguti, you cannot go with the line of business we in, or any business for that matter. You can't be buying data on your phone every day. That's a big no. Invest in your data. Get a router or whatever. Buy monthly data liquidly. Invest in your data. Just imagine, Guti, there's something like this. As a business person, you were sent e-link and this on. You can't attend because you do not have data. Like, invest in your data, consistency, give people who you are, and just show up each and every day. And it's not about likes, honestly. You can post something and get 0 likes, but orders behind that post can be like 5 orders, but my likes are 0. So in regardless of getting 1 or 0 likes, post your business each and every day.
Yo, that was dope. Does he know?
Ariso ikhulumile yonke wayikwa manje uyifake yonke mina ngifuna ukwenza something. Yeah, bayasho ukuthi data is very important. Yes, even the phone yakho is very important. Iba nefone esharp. Thatha abantu thatha labantu serious ne-product yakho i-respect. Uwe umuntu ozoyipha i-productive value. Uyangithola kanjani? I remember mangibhayisa ama-egg holder mangiyithola esitoro ngayithola wayibheka bongayinyatha. But I took the product, I even nathatha nemali yami ngagibela ngaya somewhere sister lami Centurion. Kuthi ngikhona ukwenza ama-photo shoot. Ngifaka amaqanda, i-background i-sharp and everything. So social media ukuthi upackage i-product yakho kanjani is very important. package environment upha inzwa noma into ki-5 rand, but if we package kahle uyibeke kahle uyenze kahle, you can sell it nge-50 rand.
True.
Ngiyangithola njalo, uyayipha i-value. So ukuba nefoni esharp is also a good investing kwifoni yakho. Uthi manje abantu mabayibona i-product yakho uyibekile lapha bayibona ukuthi inhle injani, bengifaka amaqanda bengibeka kakubi, bengishaya ibe mnandi, even though nento ezinye ezingithengisayo izinto zentshebe and everything. I'd go somewhere photoshoot nyana yezeni ethathe serious so that nabanye abantu bazokhona ukuyithatha serious. Uyabona kanjani?
No,
So into engispanele kakhulu and everything. And enye into engibona ngathi iyangispanela mina, I don't say ukuthi manje ispanela mina, maybe izospanela everybody, maybe, but nawe maybe ngakusiza. Angali ngiphusha ama-product abhaya ne, but there's a certain time whereby ngibhizi ngale product le, ngibhizi ngayo kakhulu ukuthi manje umuntu noma ngibona hey abone ngathi ubona awuzongathi unokola ipende. Uyangithola kanjani ngoba ubonile noma nginama-product e-5 look this time ukuthi manje isikhathi sale product kanje ngiyiphushe uthi nakusasa noma ngayiphushi sengene kunye usayikhumbula leya ukuthi uThembo bekaphusha leya product.
Exactly.
Nabantu abafuna ama-beard oil manje noma ndo ngayiphushi ngoba ngiyeke ngayi-installa ngayifaka kubo ngayiphusha in such a way ukuthi manje abantu abayikhona.
Yeah. No, true. That's
so meaning how you push your product is also very important.
Exactly. Before we jump to the other segment, we have a lot of comments. A lot of people are watching the live, which is that's great. That's super dope. We're having people who are listening to us, and also what I like about this, we're having a lot of comments about share their thoughts and everything. I just wanna go through some few comments to those who are listening, before we jump to another segment. The first person we have MK Michael. I like what you are doing, guys. It's great. We need to educate our people to think that's why spaza shops were the best, because of knowing and understanding what they were doing, and mostly the reason to start a company should be a daily motivation. That's MK. I think he's from Soweto, but it's from Soweto. Then I having Ula agreed, Rebecca. I don't know Rebecca because you say a lot of things, but Mosito is agreeing with you. Then we're having Ubuntu Pel at I am taking notes, man. That's the whole point of this. Let's educate about Tunati, let's learn from them as well. Then we're having Urubza at I love your business ethics. Then Tuesday Nomasingi about nice heads, Mafetu. Musito at nice heads, Mafetu. Then we
Umsitu namang ufuna sithenga sport. I know him.
Then we're having Urubza Mof King at making sure that your business reach the right audience on social media. Very powerful, Mr. Bonkosi. At very, very powerful. Then we're having Uroni Peter Kapaso. That's a point, Bonkosi. Sticking to one product lasts forever. Perseverance keeps the business going and growing. Ula foot at oh yes, Mr. Koza. Hey, Mr. Koza, you're a trend, bab. Then but preach Koza on sticking to the single product. Trends will only last a few times, but one thing at a time, it keeps on, man. Having a lot. I think we're gonna come back to to the comments because we have also the last two segments. The one, whenever you start a business, I believe they were not all registered, so we're exposed to some business like I can say into no. But still, entrepreneurs they were making mistakes. As much as not in Namanja signs our mistakes, but then can we try to highlight which are the mistakes that we normally do whenever running a business, or maybe into a business, or the business time has been existing for years, but all successful mistakes what but I've seen there's that petty in there and so Mr. Koza, what are the mistakes that we normally do whenever we're running these businesses? Of course, some business are be grand.
Bafethu kuna echo nyana ngikho sharp man uthi izwa yimi phela.
Izwa nje umoya nyana.
Uncle sure maybe him ngoba
awuzomuva manifestere mngani wami uthi awuvale sunroof.
Yesu siyakhothwa manje.
thinking we want to be far too different from everyone. And that's a mistake on its own. In business, you are selling solutions. Because when you come into the market, you look at the problem that's available, and then that's when the solution. So our solutions are very special. That's one thing that we need to identify. Solutions are meant to make people's lives easier. So, for an example, a timeline radio is as a solution to a problem yabantu elokishini that need to promote their stuff. So a timeline radio is there to make sure that these things, as these promoters, they are promoted, which is why our segments who are business, all of them are working well. You understand? But as soon as you move and try to do something different from any other person, that means you're no longer selling a solution. So our biggest mistake is that we want to do izinto eziningi ngesikhathi esiyi-one and enkulu is that sijahile. Yonke lento siyenzayo sijahele ukuthi ihambe or isebenze. So that's where our mistake is. And the other biggest mistake is that masi kuba businesses siyatrenda sithengisa into ezitrendayo and sifuna ukuba relevant. So if you are selling a product, it must have phases of growth. And we allow ikhule njengomntanakho the way ukhulisa umntanakho ngakhona. So you cannot behave, let's say for an example, na ile khosa ikhona. I cannot behave like any restaurant, say the Fez or say Four Ways, because we fine dining. What I need to understand is that I'm introducing fine dining here. As we are introducing fine dining here, we must let it grow ngendlela yayo. It must direct us, and then we modify the model every time until we find a proper system and a proper way of running things. So what we do is that we want to put ourselves phambili, sibeki business emuva, and then sibe ingamla. Another problem is that sifuna ukuba ingamla. So you'd rather have the timeline phambili, and then people don't even know which Chicco who owns the timeline. They must just know a timeline. And then if you have identified which you need to be the person for the business to survive or for the business to work, then that is when you start talking about you in a timeline. So that's where we're making mistakes. And in terms of registering and legalities, we must stop being lazy on following all these protocols. Remember, everything ekhona la iranwa njenge-cartel. I'll be frank with everyone, and then even if kesizwa belungu basiqalele basilande, ngiyakhola unama-lawyer lapho timeline uzosilwela mfethu. Everything ekhona iranwa njenge-cartel. So the financial industry, the financial institutions are being run njenge-cartel. How a cartel runs things, they formulate their own pricing, they formulate their own difficulty and even very low for people who want to penetrate that industry. So whatever it is that we do, qala fanele si register silandele all the protocols as khona for us to make sure ukuthi abakwazi ukuspinalize or to kill us, because we are the last people within the industry. Everything ekhona la ekhona singene ekugcineni kahle kahle sabantu bokugcina echuwini.
True to that, Mr. Khoza, true to that. But Masengit, the mistakes you normally do, mngani wami.
Yeah, ayazi ukukhuluma after babkhoza. Hey, it's another prize. Yeah, I think the biggest mistakes that we are making is I think babkhoza beseka ishilo one of them. Inkinga yethu sisijele man. We siyazitshela in a sense ukuthi we think we are better than some other people.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to understand, like Mr. Khoza said, you are bringing solutions. and if ubona ekhoneni ukuthi hayi man abantu badlula laphaya abana breakfast uthengisa amagwinya, that's a solution. You understand? Uyabona ukuthi man abantu bafuna ukujima but bavela lapho ejimini bathengisela ama-gymming equipment bajime endlini, that's a solution. Usisteri nango uthengisa ama-product awempilo, uyabona ukuthi people bane-obesity and whatsoever or health wise, that's a solution. So I think the biggest mistake ukuthi mase once we've seen ukuthi okay, this is the challenge, or this is the solution I can offer, then sigcine manje senzani, siyazitshela, and then we end up disrespecting our customers. You understand? In a sense ukuthi ubona kahle ukuthi yazi mina ngcono compared to a customer lami. And one thing people need to realize ukuthi a customer is always a king. That's the language we use when you go to corporate environments. A customer, and people, they don't understand that up until they're in business themselves, because how you treat one customer, it will determine the success of your business. One, I'm a customer yakhuluma, guys. If you do bad to me today, understand? If you do bad to me today, Rebecca uzodubela uChicco uzodubela lento le uZino, and once it's spread around, then it becomes an issue. So I think for me, how we treat our customers, it's the mistake that we have. And I think le ndaba yokuflesha man business, guys, asilentele singathengisa amanga. I mean, like what Rebecca said in terms of love yourself first before people must fall in love with you. But don't sell amanga to abantu. You understand? In a sense of the mistakes that we do, which is sifuna ama-likes 100 and something. Else was okay, fine. Ama-likes, they don't bring money into your account. But instead, Tina, siphila a fake life. Sifuna ukuthi manje abantu basithande for something that is not even existing. So I think that's the biggest thing that we make. And the issue, another thing of we don't separate business and personal. And that's where the problem again that we have, that we need to start separating ama personality way too and the business way. So in terms of, for example, income, there's an income in business, there's an income yakho as a personal. And once you can separate the two, then you'll be able to prosper in your business. You'll be able to continue being in business. But now the biggest mistake we have, we use even imali business is thengele abo Chicco amabhodlela masifike ephathini ngemali business, and then uZino no Rebecca bafaka ama-order awusana mali yokustoka mara bo impress amajita during the course of the weekend. And that's the biggest mistake we're doing.
Yeah, true. Ribs.
Yeah, the biggest mistake, I will have to agree with what they both said, ne? Not giving our businesses time is another big mistake. Not giving our businesses time is another big mistake. People like quick results. I don't know why. Like, we are so quick to quit business wethu. You find a person uzoqala business amaningi in just a year, wonke awayeke. Like, did you really expect to prosper in a business ngonyaka? I always say ukuthi a year basically, that's where you learn business yakho. A year, that's where you make mistakes. A year, that's where you know what to focus on and what to not focus on. So the biggest mistake is us not giving our businesses way to time to grow, time to learn, time for them to prosper. And another thing that I feel is a big mistake, it's competition. Yes, good business is good competition, but as we mix business ne personal. You are in business, but now you competing personally when it comes to business. You're not focusing on your lane. As much as you find you're taking your profits and you're using them in business, you always have to separate your profits and your business money. You cannot touch imali yakho ye stock or imali yakho your business, no matter what. Like, you cannot go into that money and take it. So not staying in your lane is what makes you to dip in imali yakho ye stock and use it for certain things. Because when now you have this fake life you want to prove. Like, stay in your lane. I cannot compare myself no munye umuntu maybe who's doing the same business as me. I do not know lo muntu loyo yena background yakhe injani, or if how many people he or she's got to support. But mina, I'm going to have to compete with that person. Mhlambe the person is getting financial assistance endlini. Mina, I have to ukuthi uma ngicompete nayimele ngithathe imali yami yestock ukuze ngibe ku same level because I want to compete. So the biggest mistake we make is not staying in our lane. It's not allowing our businesses to grow. It's not giving our businesses way to time, and also to eat our profit money. And another thing I feel ukuthi is the biggest thing is fail kuyo. It's not planning. I always say Guti, when you fail to plan, you planning to fail, basically. I always tell people Guti, as a business person, you're supposed to have a weekly plan. No, Guti, on Monday till Friday, what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? Have an action plan. You cannot be a business person and just wake up with your know what to do and when to do it. Because as much as whether you're doing the business full-time or part-time, or maybe you have multiple businesses that you're running, you're supposed to have a weekly plan. A weekly plan gives you the direction. Ukuthi nini uyenza ngesikhathi siphi kanjani. Manage your time so that you're able to attend to all your tasks as a business you have to attend. Have an action plan and commit to it. No, which as much as I said Monday, I'm gonna do, let's say for example, you said Monday you're gonna do follow-ups to all your customers. Make sure that you do not go to bed without doing what you said you must do. Touch your business each and every day. It doesn't matter what you but touch your business each and every day. You cannot be a business person and close your business for 2 days. Closing your business is not touching your business at all. I'll follow up. You don't check out no customers. You don't post about your business. You don't go out to push your business. You don't show up for your business. But you're saying you are a business person. So I could say as is killer as I'm a business person, we don't give our businesses enough time. We compete too much instead of focusing on growth your business here too. Like as much as we're in business, but our journeys will never be the same in the business. Our goals will never be the same in the business. And how to reach our goals will never be the same. So stay in your lane, umuyenzi business. Give your business time to grow and have a action plan on how you're going to go about your business yako and stick to the plan. Jay, that's
does he know?
Tajathamba hey bayakhuluma labantu
labantu babhizi bayakhafula man hey
yakhafula. The biggest mistake enye sibona siyenza ukuthi manje sometimes we don't give our business isikhathi sina futhi ibreathe kahle isikhulele kahle. Yabona kanjani sinokufoster sizama ukwenza ezinye izinto ama expenses wethu akudene sawasikhama. Ngithola ibusiness akabe right ukuthi manje ungabe uqasha abanye abantu uwenzeni but wena already sofuna ukuba iboss ohlale lapha ya usebenze labantu and everything weba iprofit yakhe akakuvumeli kufile ngithola njalo so ama expenses wakho so maningi asakhona ibusiness yakho asavayisha. Yabona njani yento engibona ukuthi manje and sometimes yenza lifestyle yethu lifestyle yethu nokusikhosta sometimes sinokuphila enye life esingayafudi ngithola njani esingayafudi at all. Now there's one my expense wethu amaningi usafostela ukuhamba ngemoto wazi ukuthi awuna nepetrol ugcina sothatha le mali yepetrol yebusiness uyithela ipetrol ngoba ufuna ukubani akubone into ezinjalo. Ngithola njalo and the other thing futhi sakhohlwa ukuthi customer is your king. If you can know that the customer is your king, you will understand how ukuthi manje treat customer yakho kanjani. Nokubona abanye abantu lewe bathatha ama customer ngimangele ngithi lo muntu lo ayi problem, but sometimes yenziwa yini ezokuthi manje sokuthi manje akusi customer akusi owner akusimi o abuse customer. So maybe umuntu ongimthathile ngamfaka la ukuthi asebenze angimtrainanga ndo loyo muntu loyo kwezinye izinto angibonisa ngezinye into angitrainanga entweni eziningi ukuthi understand ukuthi customer yini. So lento le igcina stay affect ama mistake asiwayenzayo siyakhohlwa ngama customer ngoba sothi ukuthi manje everything is right no relax kakhulu yabo. So which means akumelanga si relaxele, we must always be on our toe, especially when it comes to the service they customer. Ngithola njalo.
No tatas. We're gonna jump to our last segment. Tools needed to have a successful business. Tools in order for us to have a successful business. So which tools are needed? Mr. Koza?
you are not capable of doing everything. Business with. So as soon as we start understanding what forming partnerships will help us with Siapambi. But within forming those partnerships, we need the biggest tool. It's contracts and agreements and arrangements for those partnerships, which is Hambegas. That's one biggest tool. The only thing that you must know, which you are good with the idea now and you believe in it, go sell it to people who can make it successful. So if your business relies on proper PR, go for it. Form a partnership with someone on the PR. Find out what's in as a joint venture or something, or any sort of partnership in your business, and then make it happen. When you're running a business that requires proper communications and marketing, find someone okuleso space. And also the biggest tool is networking. Know the right people. And it's all about being in spaces that you aspire to be in. Go in those spaces, you'll find the person right. Be a friend with a real estate agent, or be a friend with a lawyer, be a friend with a marketing manager. That will help your business with you cool. So as for the other tools, they are obvious. You must register, you must do 1, 2, 3, you must do 1, 2, 3. But the biggest tool that you need, form partnerships. Your business is more special than the other person. If Sinama restaurant take us, let's form partnerships. Let us be a group and make it difficult for any white person or an outsider to come in and start a business, use our market, so masihlukene aziphumeleli lezo zinto.
Danko. Masikita?
Sure. Yeah, I think for me, adding to what Bob Koza, what he said, I think for me, guys, I think it's high time as black people. I'm sorry to say this. It's high time that as black people we start sharing our profits. I think we always want to get 100% profits. And that's where I think we have a challenge, understand? And we need to realize that not all the time you'll be getting 100% profits alone. I think one of the tools, it's us starting to share our profits, like what Bob Koza said, in terms of if you want to, if there's certain skills that you have, venture no Rebecca, venture no Zino, venture no Chico, and then what is going to happen there? Obviously, you'll share the profits accordingly. So, and I think, yeah, another part, I think one of the best tools, like Ashilo, it's network, guys. Network, be there, be out there. Talk to people. Don't be ashamed of your hustle, guys, and of your businesses as well. When people ask you what do you do for a living, tell them. If I'm a painter, tell them I'm a painter. I do 1, 2, 3. If you are a seller, you are a seller. You understand? Don't be ashamed of your hustle. I think that's one of the biggest tools. And where you need assistance, I think to have a successful business again, go out there. If you are going to Chicco Nemali or Babkosa Nemali, go to Babkosa. And like what Babkosa said, in a sense of what there's people out there who've got money, you understand, but they don't know what to do with the money, or they're just waiting for your idea. And if it makes sense to them, go to them and pitch the idea, and then apply the tool of sharing the profit, because at the end of the day, they gave you the money, you've got the business. So, and yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Go out there, socialize, be out there, make sure that people know who you are. You understand? Know who you are as a brand, and make it a point which you interact with people. Don't be ashamed of your business, because the mere fact that you put yourself in the corner, that's where you'll be losing it. So I think the most important part, it's you being out there, you making sure that people recognize who you are, and let's start sharing our profits. I like what that, like who Bob Kosa said, especially in these businesses as a cast. We don't have powerful restaurant that we can say, okay, this is a collaboration of restaurants like us, whereby umuntu angacabanga nokuphuma ngaye ngaphandle. Because of what? Because of all the guys that are here, ekhaya abakhona ukuphusha. So those are the things that we need to start, emphasizing going forward as well. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Ribs.
Okay, I will just add, of course, everything they said on point. Networking, that's the most tool that's needed. Networking, you cannot be doing business and just be your own person. Every business needs people, every business grows with people. So networking is very crucial in any kind of business. And I would say small beginnings are okay. I can see a lot of people shy away from small beginnings. A lot of people are sitting on great, amazing ideas, business ideas, simply because they don't want to be seen starting small. So starting small is okay, guys. I could say every business that's prospering, the people we look up to, big businesses we look up to, they started small. It's quite almost everybody started small, so people must not despise small beginnings. And also customer service is very important when you're doing a business. As much as yes, we in business cause we've got to make money, we've got bills to pay, that's why we're doing businesses. But always make sure our customers, it's not only about money. Your customers must feel loved even after they have purchased a product or rendered a service. They must still feel the love from you. What I always do, I'm in a business of selling products. Every time a customer might tell in a week or two, I do follow up to check up on the customer, simply because I do not want them to feel the only time Rebecca checks up on me is when she wants to tell me, hey, I'm running a special, or is your tooth gel out? When are you buying your aloe drink? When are you buying your what? Follow up on customers. Make your customers feel loved. Make your customers feel special. One thing about the business is people love to feel valued. People love to feel important. So give them that. Give them that. Don't only be money driven. Don't only be money driven. As much as it's about offering solutions. So don't only be about money driven. Love your customers. Show love even after they have purchased a certain product. So those are the tools. And the networking is very important when it comes to social media. What I always say is that grow social media yako every now and then. If it means every now and then you must clean your Facebook or your whatever, add people who add value to your life and your business. You cannot be having that you can't even accept my friends, whereas they are not adding. Yes, as much as social media, we're there also for the fun and what, but then remember, social media platform, it's what you market and advertise your business. So you must also be crucial about who's on your friend list. Are those people your target market even? Because you would find out if Facebook or your social media platforms are calling about that you advertise to, they are not even your target market. They are not even interested in what you have to offer or what you are advertising. So social media is also important. Every now and then, add people that add value to your business, to your life, and networking. Obviously, connect and make relationships with people. Because at the end of the day, that might be your next business partner. That might be your next customer. Another thing I would say, the most important tool is to invest in your knowledge. As much as we end the businesses, your business is not important, or you're not the way you're gonna invest in your knowledge every day. Business how many years you feel like you are prospering in your business, invest in your knowledge every now and then. Make it a point to sharpen your business skill so that you're able to offer the best and on point savers to your customers.
Thank you, Ribs. Casino.
Thank you, Put. Ribs, thank you. Masingita, bongoza ngikhuluma kamnandi, ngikhuluma zonke into ezibalekile bafethu. So then mina Chicco into engizosho ukuthi it's trust. Customer wakho ebantwini ngithola njalo. That's also very important, man. People must trust you, clients must trust you. So thembakala every time. Thembakala nephi ngoba you must be in a situation whereby ukuthi umuntu ngicela ungiphele imali le uzoyithola iproduct okusasa. Abe free with manje akuphe imali akuthemba. And again, knowledge. Don't kumanje it's very simple ukuthi ungathole knowledge via phone, uyagugula wenzani indaba zama painting and everything nokusila ama roof. I've learned it via phone. Uyagugula ngiyalena how to do this, how to do EPE product right for this, and learn learn and learn ku-easy manje akuthi manje fanele uyesigela kuphela noma uhlele endlini ungakhona ufunda ezinye izinto eziningi yabo. So i-trust ukuthi manje uthembakale nawe, if uthi uzoza kusasa ku-customer iza kusasa, if uthi uzwenza into so thembakale i-customer makufuna ikuthole, hayi ukuthi manje kufonele i-customer ifoni off and what. I-trust is very important. Ugrowa i-trust yakho so that ibhizinisi yakho in the future wonke umuntu akutrust. Into enye engathi very important nje maybe ezange ishiwe yabo, naleyo ukuthi funda, keep invest in learning, ethatha ama-product nebhizinisi yakho very serious so that abanye abantu bayithathe serious, and socialize nabantu. Go out, ngathi wawuphumile uyabashaya kuphela, or talk about your business. Tell abantu ngebhizinisi yakho. Word of mouth is still important. It's very important. Let's not sikhohlwe manje i-Facebook or social media esenza ukuthi sikhohle. Word of mouth is still very important.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all ngayisho nje.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go to the last comments, then we sizama ukuyivala. Then the comment for Murina Peter Kapas, the biggest mistake we make is to copy what the next person is doing, not understanding the exit level of the business ideas, comparing ourselves to others and forgetting that we come from different historical backgrounds. Bill Gates once said, when I started my IT company, my parents gave me a small loan of $1 billion and Tina, we do it from scratch. That is Mr. Ronnie Peter Capasso. Then again, it's incredible, guys, that a man with a television will be forced to watch the man with a vision in his own television. Let's keep pushing to the fullest. I respect all of you. So those are one of the comments, because I can't go through all the comments. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for doing this. Thank you so much. And I knew by selecting to be one of the on this episode it was gonna be fire, it was gonna be hella dope, which it was crazy. 1 hour, it was supposed to be 1 hour, but it's more than that now. You understand? But then in closing, Mr. Koza, 30 seconds kuphela mpage. What can you say to someone ofuna uqala business yakhe? Oh, already umuntu une business yakhe but akazi ukuthi amakhona mela wahlasele wapi. 30 seconds nje.
A person who wants to start must believe in what he's starting, and he must understand which in, and he must not start what has been started, and he must not do it out of wanting to solve solutions or finance. And a person who's already started and has a problem, he must always form partnerships. Go look for something that you can't do within your business. Find and be able to accept the things that you can't do, that you're not capable of in your business, and find people who will help you. Form partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you, Puti. You drive Baba. You've been driving, eh?
Next month.
Mr. Masingita?
Sure. Yeah, I think for me, it's look, believe in yourself. Before someone else can believe in you, believe in yourself. But whatever that you want to do, it is going to be possible. Believe it. And, another thing is invite. It's very important that you've got a powerful supporting structure, which is if Ushatile, your partner needs to be there for you. And if you are Chola, your girlfriend, corner for there, and make people around you understand what you are a business person, and a lot, will change eventually. But I think in closing, just make sure that you tune in next week from Tuesday. The show is back, the business card. So I think it's a right platform for everyone to also listen there, so that then we can talk about such business conversations going forward. But again, thank you so much for this platform, Chicco. It's been a great conversations that we had, and again, like what the guy said, it's about the customer. It's not about you. So it's about the customer all the time. Customer is king. Thanks.
Ribs.
From my side, for a person who wants to start any kind of business, I would advise them to start where you are with what you have. Start where you are with what you have and embrace the journey. Nobody starts perfect. So in case Kalama businesses, we were scared of not knowing the outcomes, but then we had to start where you are with what you have. And another thing, be emotionally connected to why you want to start your business. Don't start the business because ubanbani ofuna ukucompete naye is doing a certain business. Know your why you want to start your business and be emotionally connected to that why and run with it. For a person who's already doing the business and facing ama difficulties, it's okay to go out there and ask for help. Hlala nawe uzibheke ukuthi where are your problems, because esikhathini esiningi we are quick ukukhomba and not ukuzibheka thina ourselves. Sometimes our businesses fail because of thina self, we self-sabotage. So it's important to every now and then reflect, ubheke nawe izinto ozenzayo ezi-wrong, put in the work. Do not expect ukuthi izinto zizoyenzeka. Business is not magic. Every business is hard. Every business has challenges. Do not expect quick results. Start a business and know what you will have to put in the work, the effort, the determination, and the hard work. Ama-sacrifices azoba khona, but one thing I can assure you is that the results are very much rewarding.
Thank you so much, Dazino.
Thank you, Bafo. To someone who wants to start, I can tell you more. Start now. You're going to postpone. Lokuthi kusasa, next month ngifuna ngibe right. Izinto ngeke zibe right. Qala wena manje. Yabona, it's nothing. Ayikho easy. And angeke vele kuzobe kube easy. Ungamele ukuthi ube nevene, ube nani. Hamba ngama-taxi. Uyostoka, ube ngama-taxi, uthi ubani akakhaphanga ngemoto or what. No, it's your responsibility. Ilife yakho, ayikho umunye umuntu. Akunamuntu ofanele kudlalela 5 kubo. Wena do it yourself. Yenza ma start now. Ungameli kusasa ukuthi umamncane wakho qala manje. Ngabheka ukuthi ubani in and ungazicompare nabanye abantu. Ebhizinisi umuntu ngavami asifani. So wena be on your lane, wenze ngendlela yakho right, sharp nje. And uthandaze nje uNkulunkulu wakho amandla. Uqine ube strong, ayikho into elula. Abanye ngeke bakubhadale, abanye bazenza but you can't give up. Abantu bangangibhadalanga in pusha. It's not easy. And it will never be easy. But when I push nje.
No man, guys.
That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. And also thank you so much to Ispoti, Skim Senamba, Ngestuardo. Thank you so much, Mr. Bonkosi, Masingita Waina, Rabes, Tazino. I just pray we can have more conversations about whatever in this ngayo today, Maslangana. But I know but one of the good days we're gonna meet, we're gonna have more talks, man. So thank you so much, and also to those Ababugele, man, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for the comments. I didn't even expect we're gonna have so many people who are gonna comment or who are gonna who are gonna watch and everything, yebo. So maybe it says in 2 or 3 people it's enough, Babugele then, so that we can take it further. Thank you so much, guys. And I know I'm going to poster before an approach. Somebody post good time. It's not assisting much because other good ideas. You can't even pitch them. Just have to shy be complete, but to mail about let them decide whether they want to be part of it or not. And you guys didn't even ask me anything. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, man.
Chicco.
Sean Benji.
Thank you for thank you very much for organizing this. Yeah, and by this we're not saying we're the best. Successful, nemali. Tuthola many box abantu basikala 20,000. No, it's not like that.
Yeah, true.
But as abonisana, nami I've learned a lot from Mrs. Reed, Masingita, Bongosi. Some of the things that I was not aware of. So people are also free with magic. If umuntu yabona ukuthi Zino wenza kanje, you are welcome ukubuza ukuthi hayi Zino lento so wenza kanjani. Uyabona? Sasizana, maybe nakumunye umuntu I can learn something.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all about ukubambisana.
No, ngiyabonga Mr. Zino, ngiyabonga guys, Mr. Khoza, Masingita, Reeves. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
thanks, Chicco. Thanks, guys.
Then Sonbana on the next episode, man. We're having the next episode coming through. So yeah, thank you so much. We had our first one, and it was a bang. I mean, it was nice. So stay tuned for the next episode, yeah, bro. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, my leaders.
Awa.
Hey, Tara.
What's up here?
Okay. If you're on Facebook now, thank you so much for tuning in. I saw a lot of comments coming in, Nebo, so thank you so much for that. I believe I read almost all your comments. There are a lot of comments that I couldn't read all the comments. Then stay tuned because the next episode is coming. So we're still working on the team. Good to see whom are we bringing on the next episode is cool, man, because the content it has to change there and there, Yabo. So and also, man, if you have a good story to tell and you wish to be part of this, you can just highlight me on Facebook, you understand, sources or ring, and I'll try to check Spanish. Then I can have you on the second or whatever episode is relevant to your product, man. So thank you so much for tuning in. Also, don't forget to listen to Timeline Radio every day, man, from 8 till 9 episode. Big shout out to Ispoti, big shout out to Iskim Senamba, Ngiskipa, Ngisdwadlo, and big shout out to True Words Entertainment. And also my boy is dropping now in few minutes to see if I drop on YouTube, man. So thank you so much for the support. We are here, man. Thank